So I want to read to you some passages out of a book about PDA that really highlighted, for me, what the PDA experience and the experience of parenting a PDA child was. The child or young person with PDA can be literally dictating how things need to be, and it is this controlling nature which can be incredibly overbearing for other children. That is an anxiety response because they have such high anxiety in unfamiliar environments or with demands. They try to control everyone and everything around them, and it can be very overbearing, which makes it very difficult for them to interact with people that they are not able to control. This can be challenging within the home environment because oftentimes you have a 2 or 3 year old child who needs to be in control of everything that everyone in the household is doing, and you have to ask their permission before you can do anything. You often have to ask permission before you can go use the restroom. You have to ask their permission before you can go get food. Otherwise, they will see it as a threat to their autonomy and get completely dysregulated. And I think this is an important aspect that isn't talked about enough with PDA when we are constantly saying, that it's not a pathological demand avoidance, it's a pervasive drive for autonomy. What we aren't commenting on is how people that are PDA often take the autonomy away from everyone around them and don't give them any autonomy because they want all of the control. And so it's not really just a drive for autonomy. In a lot of situations, it can be a drive to be in control of others as well. Another aspect of PDA is extreme mood swings. And so this passage says this means that the child is prone to mood swings and phases that can either be short lived, minutes or hours, or last for longer periods, weeks or months. The child's level of tolerance is very much mood related, and there can be what are seen as days that they can't help it when it's unproductive to pursue demands. There is often a sense the child is emotionally exhausted from always being on watch for the next demand. This can also result in exhaustion on the part of the supporting adults who feel they are also always on the watch for potential flashpoints. One teacher writing a report for an annual review described this: James has an energetic, extrovert, engaging, and mature character. He can also be impulsive, inappropriate, unresponsive, and explosive. These extremes of behavior can make time spent with him exciting and fun or exhausting and exasperating. No doubt this must also be the case for James, which must be a roller coaster ride for him too. Variability in behavior, mood swings, or phases mean that the child's behavior may come across in very variable and inconsistent ways, which in turn make them very unpredictable. It gives you the sense of needing to walk on eggshells constantly because you don't know what you're going to do that's going to spike them. And when they spike, it can be very aggressive and violent. This is obviously not the case for all people that have PDA. This is more young children that present in a very stereotypical PDA way. But I did want to share some of those passages so that we can start to understand what it looks like in childhood.